Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of PhilsPhive. I hope you're having a great week and that your Wednesday is going really well here. Let's just get right to it because I want to provide a comprehensive update on, I know, at least as far as my inbox and my voicemail is concerned, the biggest single issue that's impacting our industry in the area right now, and that's the incredibly long and unsatisfactory, to say the least, permitting delays that are occurring in the city of Dallas. The current delay times sit somewhere around 11 to 12 weeks. If think about that for a second, that's for those of you scoring at home, you're looking at 3 months right now for a building permit in the city, and that's just flat unacceptable. So let's kind of re-rack the origins of this issue. The Obviously everybody had to adjust in a socially distant world as the pandemic came on in March, and by and large, just about every city other than Dallas, of course, made this transition to a virtual world really well. Dallas, unfortunately, has a program that they had to rely on, a transition to a system that is not ready for was not ready for prime time. It's not intuitive. It lacks adequate support and training, and there are just a ton of specific issues. Those of you that have applied for a building permit understand the nuances and the challenges of that have led to a lot of these delays. And keep in mind, Dallas, you used to be able to walk in a day or two, sometimes a matter of hours. You were able to get a building permit. So this is something that used to be one of the city's biggest benefits is now turned into its Achilles heel. I just posted an article on our Facebook page here. We've got it up at dallasbuilders.org that also links to another one that I did in Candy's Dirt and outlines the specific challenges with the project doc system that Dallas has and what applicants are dealing with. So you can click on that and go in and see all the specifics of what's happening. So be that as it is, we started working in the summer to try to figure out how can we find some solutions as the backlog started to build, and as we saw our industry come back and indicate that it was going to be one that would be a big part of the city's recovery if it let us. So we started working and have worked tirelessly with city staff, with council members to try to find efficiencies in the process. And we've had numerous meetings, numerous hearings. The city, to their credit, has put a number of other people on, plan reviewers and third-party people that are looking at these projects in pre-screen on the issue, and they've been reporting that they've been able to reduce the number of programs or projects in the queue. That's basically been their measure of success for the last few meetings that we've had. Our measure of success is how quickly you can turn around a building permit. What's the time frame? How long do you have to wait? And again, like I said, 11 to 12 weeks is not at all acceptable, especially when our goal is 2 to 3 weeks. In fact, here recently, the timelines in Dallas have been getting longer and not shorter. So that's why it has become time to draw a line in the sand on this issue. And we had to turn the screws and up the ante on this quite a bit because just talking about it and having hearings on it wasn't enough. So we've gone on the offensive. You'll see in that article that I referenced a couple of print media articles we've done on this. There are more coming there. And then in recent weeks, a story that we did on NBC5 as well as most recently on Fox 4 to try to bring attention to this, not just as a home builder issue, but as we did in the Fox 4 article, feature homeowners who have been significantly impacted by this. And I hear from an awful lot of homeowners and clients, and I'll mention here in a bit on just some ways that they can take action and do something to try to get their project through perhaps a little bit faster. So again, most recently, and what led us to kind of draw our line in the sand here is that staff said to get to that 2 to 3 week time frame, optimistically, we think that'll happen sometime around March or April of next year. So in other words, it would take basically more than a year for the city of Dallas to do the same transitions to align with the same time frames that literally every other city in the Metroplex and probably even across the state was able to do in a matter of days. So not acceptable at all. And that's why we're calling, and we have the support of the majority, if not all, of council, as well as the mayor, who mentioned this in his State of the City address yesterday as a big area of improvement for the city and something that's a priority for him, and we appreciate that. Um, this has to happen now. We can't wait till the spring. You can't wait till the spring with your projects. We've got to clear that queue and think of more aggressive ways to do it, and that's what my conversations have been with council and next week with staff on trying to get this done. So while I'm optimistic that the crisis has risen to the level that I think we'll get more immediate action. Again, I can't make any promises, as I've learned along the way on this, but I think the fervor has risen on this, that the council's really going to get engaged, from the ones I've spoken to at least. What can you do in the meantime? There are things you can do to help. If you're stuck with the project, whether you're a homeowner or a builder, contact your council member. That's also linked in the article that I shared online. You can go put in the address for your project, figure out who the council member is, and then there's another link that shows what the council member's email address is, and also, just as importantly, their staff, and let them know what's happening. Let them know the impact on your business. If you have a client who wants to weigh in, we've created a template letter that I'm happy to share with your clients on explaining how this is impacting them as a resident. Council members have been very effective being, albeit reluctant, permit expediters for the constituents that they hear from. It's the squeaky wheel that gets the grease in Dallas, and especially in a lot of other cities too. But don't just sit there and accept it. Let us know what's going on. I know many of you have, and we've got tools to get you in touch with council members to keep this on the front burner. If we keep this on the front burner, it's going to be definitely something that they're going to stay engaged in. They're going to keep having hearings on, and they're going to demand change, not in the spring or whenever staff gets around to it, but immediate change to fix this. So check out that letter. I just wanted to give you an overview of where we're at, where we're going, and what you can do about it. And it looks like about 7.5 minutes of an update here, but it's been pretty comprehensive, and it's been taking a lot of our time, because we are giving at the Dallas BA here everything we've got to get this fixed, because we realize and understand the significance of this issue to your business, to your clients, to our city's housing goals. And our fight to overcome these challenges is not going to stop until these delays are overcome. So with that, that's a long one for my first thing in PhilsPhive. I'll fly through the rest of them here, but it's actually a fairly good transition staying in Dallas to the Dallas division. They're going to have their economic housing forecast featuring Jim Gaines, who's the chief economist for the Texas A&M Real Estate Center. Dr. Gaines is one of the best out there. Really good economist. Is going to have some great information right around noon. You can register at dallasbuilders.org. It is a free webinar, and a very valuable one too. Another really valuable use of our time, and just a sincere appreciation for all the members that came by, for our staff to take the initiative to organize and put this together, is a very successful toy drive that we had benefiting Toys for Tots. We collected 232 new unwrapped toys and just over $700 in cash for a lot of children in our community who, because of your generosity, are going to have the Christmas that they deserve, and a Christmas that they otherwise wouldn't have, because of just so many people that are going through challenges, not just this year, but every year out there. So thank you very much for helping your neighbors. It was great to see all those toys in our lobby, and they're going to make a difference. So I appreciate that. 4 and 5 here on my list. We've got hand sanitizer still, $10 a gallon. I'm trying to get rid of that as much as we can. I know it came in handy a lot earlier this year. We just want to get that out on the job site, get that out. If you know a restaurant, a school, any workplace that needs that, we've got a lot of it, and are happy to sell it. That's up on the calendar at dallasbuilders.org, or you can contact our office. And last but not least, because I've been through the ringer the last few weeks, and I think you have too, looking ahead to the Christmas and New Year holiday, our office will be closed for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, as well as New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And then those weeks, like probably a lot of your offices will have a smaller staff than usual, but we'll have somebody here, just like on the Dallas issue. We're here for you on anything that you need, and it's been a challenging year, but a rewarding one as well. And I look forward to serving you in the year to come. I'll do a couple PhilsPhives before the year's out, but again, on this Dallas permitting issue, I look forward to making some progress and keep them coming on our advocacy for council and letting me know what your story is. I'll look forward to talking to you next time. Thank you.